My stepbrother insisted that I leave the house during my stepfather's burial, believing it was his, until the will revealed otherwise. Brandon cornered me in the kitchen right after we got back from the cemetery. Everyone was still in their funeral clothes, eating casseroles that neighbors had dropped off all week. My mom died when I was 7, and Paul married Brandon's mom when I was 9. Brandon was already 12 then, and he never let me forget whose house it really was. "You need to pack your stuff and get out," Brandon said, blocking the doorway. He was still wearing his black suit, loosening his tie like he owned the place. "Mom and I are putting this house on the market next month. You've got 2 weeks." I was holding a paper plate with potato salad I wasn't going to eat. "Paul's lawyer is coming at 3 to read the will. Maybe wait until then?" Brandon laughed. "Dad left everything to Mom. That's how it works. You're not even real family." He said it loud enough that his mom, Diane, glanced over from the living room but didn't say anything. She just looked away and kept talking to Paul's sister. Paul had raised me for 17 years, taught me to change oil in the driveway, helped me with math homework at the kitchen table, drove me to soccer practice every Tuesday and Thursday. When I graduated high school last year, he co-signed my community college loans. Brandon moved out at 18 and only came back when he needed money. The doorbell rang at exactly 3. Mr. Wilson, Paul's lawyer, came in with a briefcase and reading glasses. Everyone gathered in the living room. Brandon sat on the couch next to Diane like they'd already won. Paul's sister and her husband took the love seat. I stood by the bookshelf. Mr. Wilson opened the folder and started reading. The first part was boring stuff about Paul's truck going to his sister and his tools going to his brother. Then he got to the house. "The property located at 2847 Oakwood Drive, along with all contents, is hereby bequeathed to my son, in gratitude for the years of companionship and care." Mr. Wilson looked up at me. Brandon shot up off the couch. "That's wrong." Read it again. He meant me. Mr. Wilson adjusted his glasses. "The will specifically names your stepbrother. Paul updated this document 4 months ago at my office. I have his signature and 2 witnesses." Diane's face went white. "Paul wouldn't do that. We talked about this. The house was supposed to be mine." Mr. Wilson pulled out another paper. "There's more." Paul left a letter. He handed it to me. My hands shook opening it. Paul's handwriting was messy like always. "You've been more of a son to me than biology ever made anyone. You stayed. You cared. You checked on me after my surgery last year and drove me to every doctor appointment. Brandon hasn't visited in 3 years unless he wanted something. Diane knew I was sick and spent that time planning how to spend my life insurance. The house is yours. Build whatever life you want in it. You earned it. Love, Paul." I folded the letter and put it in my pocket. Brandon was pacing now, his face getting red. "This is garbage. We're contesting this. You manipulated him when he was sick." Mr. Wilson stood up. "Paul was of sound mind. I have medical documentation. He made this choice clearly." He packed his briefcase. "The title transfers immediately. I'll file the paperwork tomorrow." After Mr. Wilson left, Diane tried a different approach. "You're going to college anyway. You don't need this big house. Just sell it to us at a fair price. We'll give you $60,000. I looked around the living room, the couch where Paul taught me to play chess, the kitchen where we made pancakes every Sunday, the garage where he showed me how to fix a lawnmower. "The house isn't for sale." Brandon got in my face. "You ungrateful piece of trash. After everything we did for you." "You mean after everything Paul did for me? You did nothing." I walked to the front door and opened it. "You need to leave now, both of you." Diane grabbed her purse, her hands shaking. "You'll regret this. Family doesn't treat family like this." "Exactly," I said. They left, and Brandon peeled out of the driveway so fast he left tire marks. Paul's sister came up and hugged me. "He made the right choice," she said quietly. "Paul talked to me about it. He knew what he was doing." The next week, Brandon kept calling and texting, trying to make deals, offering $70,000, then $80,000, then saying he'd take just the garage to store his stuff. I blocked his number after he showed up at midnight banging on the door.